Epstein.
This night is dedicated to everyone who believes in a future of peace and freedom. You know who you are. We are unity, and we are unstoppable.
Yeehaw, that's Conchita Wurst winning Eurovision last year. Conchita is in Adelaide for the Lesbian and Gay Culture Festival called Feast. She's also part of a world record attempt for the most drag queens on stage singing. Conchita, it's a great pleasure to welcome you to the program. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Surely you must have strong emotional memories of winning still.
Oh God, I just listened to that and I thought, oh my God, that sounds so dramatic. Well, yes, I do have strong memories, obviously, at this moment, and it basically changed my life.
Yeah, of course. So do you feel like a trailblazer? Because I think you're also changing lots of other people's lives as well.
Well, this is actually something that people keep on telling me, that they got inspired of what I do. But I have to be completely honest, it's so hard for me to believe, but, because in the end of the day, it's basically just me, know, and I truly do things that make me happy. So I think I'm probably too selfish to, be.
But you're broadening the conversation, and I think you are. I mean, you're broadening people's horizons. The idea that we don't all fit in these neat man-woman labels. I mean, most of us do, but a lot of us do not. So you are making a difference in that way.
Well, thank you. But yeah, as I said, it's not really, in my head, it's just this little Tom dressing up as a bearded lady and doing whatever makes him happy.
Yeah, okay. Are you going to beat the record, by the way? I know we can still send people over to Adelaide for Sunday's world record attempt. Do you think you will? What number do you need to reach?
Actually, I think the record is now by 55, and I think we'll break that.
Can you give us a preview? Like, are we sort of expecting to blow the record, like over 100? Do you know?
Well, actually, I don't want to give any surprises away.
Fair enough.
But I'm very confident. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Okay, so let me ask you this question. I do want to ask you a few Eurovision things, but you're presenting a night as well called The Art of Drag.
Yeah.
Now, I've never been on stage in drag. So say I wanted to take that on. What's the number one thing you need to keep in mind to carry it off, to do it well?
Well, you have to entertain the audience, obviously, with whatever you can do best, whether it's telling jokes, dancing, singing, I don't know.
Do you need to unleash something you haven't unleashed before, though? I mean, do you need to reach, I guess, a bit into a part of yourself you haven't displayed publicly before? Is that part of drag or not?
Sorry, again?
I just wonder if you need to unveil something in public that you haven't quite unveiled, as aside to your personality, to make a drag performance really work. You know
what? This actually comes naturally. Okay. Each and every one of my friends, and I painted their faces, and they have never been in drag before. They get into character immediately, and they didn't even knew what the character was, was supposed to be. So that basically just happens, and that's the great thing about drag. I have many people, many of my friends were interested in just doing drag for one night because they've seen that it changed me a lot and it changed others surrounding them a lot. So yeah, it is a whole experience, to be slightly someone else for one night.
Sure. So it's in the gear. You adopt the robes and it all comes out. I'm getting a text message, by the way, Conchita, saying this: I love you and I love watching your makeup tutorials on YouTube. You do makeup tutorials on YouTube.
Well, I have to be completely honest. I do it because people ask me to. I'm really not a professional when it comes to makeup. I'm good at painting my own face, but that's about it.
Oh, geez, you're pretty good. I mean, you're very glamorous.
Oh, thank you so much. It's practicing. Sure. After all these years, I should have,
Sure. Now, I have to ask, I am assuming that as you were a Eurovision entrant and winner, you grew up watching Eurovision?
Oh, yes, I did. And in the really early years of me watching Eurovision, it was the fact that I was allowed to stay up late
Yeah, of course.
So that's why I was really looking forward to that. But yeah, as I grew older, I really got into it and I enjoyed it, watching it, and the costumes and all that stuff. And at a certain age, I realized, oh hey, I could do it my own. And yeah, so from that time on, that was a dream.
Oh, good for you. Look, Conchita Wurst is with us. She won, of course, Eurovision in 2014. She's in Adelaide for the lesbian and gay culture festival called Feast. They're keen. The world record attempt for the most drag queens on stage singing is on Sunday, so you've still got time to register at the Feast website. Okay, so Conchita, I need your help. Can you organise it so that Australia is an official entrant in Eurovision every year?
Oh, of course. I'm by your side, definitely. I would love to be Australia part of the Eurovision every year because I think it's just, it's just necessary, basically.
Okay. Have you got that much power? Can you sort of pull those strings?
I don't. Well, that's a good question.
Okay.
Sure.
Maybe. Maybe.
I don't know.
And are you coming to Melbourne?
Well, not this time, but hopefully the next time around.
Okay. So and I'm assuming this is your first time in Australia. I just wonder, do we seem a foreign culture compared to Europe, or really very similar?
Well, I'm sorry to correct you. It's my second time in Australia.
Oh, okay.
I've been here earlier this year, and I have to say I fell in love immediately, and I was so excited to be allowed to come back. So, it really feels. How can I say? Everyone is very relaxed and very polite, and I just love it. It's truly easygoing. I like that.
Fantastic, Conchita. Enjoy your time in Adelaide.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Conchita Wurst, you can get on the Feast website if you wish. She's got an album, of course, and Being Conchita, the book. And look, a reminder, next Monday with Jane Fisher, we are actually going to be talking on Life and Other Catastrophes about dealing with a kid who's got transgender issues. Now, slightly different, of course, to Conchita's situation. However, the whole idea of gender fluidity, more than likely your kids are coming home from school